Hey guys, Carlin here with the second video on learning a few new chords. So today, real quick, I wanted to review the two chords I've taught so far just to get you caught up in reviewing. The first one was E minor. It looks like this now that we're familiar with how to look at chord diagrams. So this is the E minor chord. It takes these middle two fingers and we're going to put them on the second fret of the A string and the D string. So again, your bottom E string is open. That's this. Your second and third strings, your A and D string, have the second fret fretted. Make sure you're using it with these two fingers, not these two fingers, because we're going to use this finger later on, okay? E minor sounds like that. We can take both fingers and move them up one string to get an A suspended, okay? And that looks like this over here, all right? So those are the two chords. Hopefully you've been practicing these and moving back and forth between these without hesitation, okay? Today we're going to learn two new chords. Technically they're a G6 and a C major 7. I'm going to simplify these and we're just going to call them a G and a C for now. That's all that matters. We're going to keep it really simple, okay? So you can look at these chord diagrams and kind of follow along with where I'm putting my fingers. I'm going to start with your middle finger and your pointer finger, these two fingers, okay? We're going to put our middle finger on the third fret, 1, 2, 3. There should be a dot there of your low E string. Should be this note. Your pointer finger is going to go on the second fret of the A string, like this. Okay? So, these two fingers, for now, imagine again that they're a unit, kind of like with the E minor, that they were attached together, that they were moving as a unit. Same thing with these. This is my G shape, okay? This is going to be the base of all my G chords, my open G chords, okay? A couple things to be aware of. Make sure this finger isn't accidentally touching the A string. This string's not going to ring if this finger is touching it. You got to arc your fingers up real high like that so that it stays out of the way so the string can ring underneath there. Also make sure you're pushing back with your thumb on the back side of the neck. That's very important, and you need a little bit of space there. You don't want to lock your palm of your hand against the neck of the guitar. You want to be able to move your wrist and your elbow freely to make sure you're getting your fingers in the best position. A lot of beginners lock everything down and then the fingers aren't going where they want to go. The most important thing is that your fingers are in place, that you're pushing with the very tips. You can even see where the lines are on my fingertips, that you're pushing with the top of your fingertips closest to the fingernail, and there you go. That's going to be our G chord, okay? Again, a G6, don't worry about the number. We're just going to call it a G for now, okay? Just like we did with the E and the A, we're going to move this shape up one string. So up in pitch, we're going to take both of these and move them together so that we have the A string, third fret, and the D string, second fret, okay? That looks like this here, all right? And that would sound like this. Now you might notice I have an X up here on the bottom string, on this low E string. That X, when you see that in a chord diagram, typically means don't play this string, okay? How are we going to do that? Well, there's a couple ways. You can either make sure that you're only strumming these 5 strings and you're avoiding the bottom string. One thing that I do is when I'm fretting this third fret with my middle finger is I'll just slightly reach over and touch that bottom string, okay? So this middle finger is actually doing two things. It's fretting this note and it's muting this note, okay? So that I can strum all 6 strings, but you're only hearing the top 5 notes, okay? So whenever we learn a new chord, we want to make sure that our fingers are getting in a place where all the notes are ringing clearly. So on the G, you want to check. Okay? If you're getting this sound, your fingers are too low. They're not arced up high enough to allow the open strings to ring. So this is not what you want. You want something more like this. You want to get your hand up, okay? That might involve dropping your wrist, moving your thumb, pivoting around, but getting your fingers up arced like that, all right? That does two things. That allows you to the notes to ring underneath here, and it also allows you to push with the stronger part of your finger up there, all right? So here's the G. We're going to move both fingers as a unit, not crawling one finger at a time. We want to always avoid doing this. We don't want to be moving fingers like crawling up like a spider, all right? We want to move them both together. Lock them together and move them together. So practice this just like we did our E and A. We're going to strum 4 on the G, 4 on the C, and just go back and forth. Okay, hopefully that gives you something to work on. Make sure you're reviewing the G and the C, the E and the A, and changing between all those chords appropriately. Okay, I'll see you next time.